name is Tammy Jacobowitz. I teach in the summer programs here at Trisha and in the continuing education programs throughout the year. This week's Parsha, Parashat Ekev, Moshe speaks often about memory. On the most basic level, he's reminding them of their past in a very selected, targeted way. He reminds them of where they have gone astray, and he highlights the challenges they have had in the past for the purpose of helping them steer clear of those very challenges in the future. He's also concerned with reminding them of God's kindnesses so that they gain strength for their future challenges. Thirdly, he is plagued by the imminent chasm, which will separate him from the people when he passes away and they pass over into the promised land. And Moshe works very hard to present the people with a particular narrative of their past and a particular vision of their relationship with God. He doesn't want to take any chances about what they will remember and how they will remember it. And he takes great pains to craft these memories for them in his final speeches to them. One particularly poignant example of this phenomenon is in this week's Parsha, in chapter 8, when Moshe talks to the people about the challenges they will encounter when they come to the land of Israel. In this speech, Moshe focuses on the challenge that will come from having an abundance of food, an abundance of natural resources. As it says in verse 9, a land where you may eat food without stint, where you will lack nothing, a land whose rocks are iron and from whose hills you can mine copper. What is the challenge implicit in abundance? The challenge that Moshe is talking about here in chapter 8 is the fear that they will forget God. They will eat their fill, they will take of their bounty, and they will stop making the connection between what they have and where it came from, namely God. In verse 14, Moshe says, V'ram levavecha, what may happen? Beware lest your heart grow haughty, and you forget the Lord your God, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. Earlier in chapter 8, Moshe offers an antidote to this amnesia, to this national disseverance of the connection between what they have and where it came from. And that is the story of the manna. When Moshe talks to the people about the manna, when he crafts for them the memory of the manna, he focuses on two elements, that of inui and that of nisayon, torture and trial. What is the torture and what is the trial in the manna, the food that arrived at their doorsteps? It's possible that the nisayon and the inui were all the laws that came in connection with the manna. Remember in Exodus, when God first tells them about the manna, there are all these things they can and can't do, when they can collect it, mostly focused around Shabbat. Or, possibly the inui, the torture, is that this manna that they were given was totally new. As it says in Deuteronomy, Moshe says, the man asher lo yadata velo yadun avotecha. This man was not known by you, nor was it known by your forefathers. There's a torture in newness. A deeper reason, one that connects to the ultimate goal of the speech, is the nisayon and the inui of the manna itself, the need to rely on the manna. Every night, as the Jewish mothers and fathers went to sleep in the desert, they did so with an entirely empty pantry, so to speak. They had nothing with which to feed their children in the morning. Never matter if they would be resourceful, if they would work hard, if they would contribute their money, get a job, there was no way that they could provide for their children through their own resources. And there is a torture in going to sleep at night only on relying on faith in God. Each day, being in the desert through the gift of the manna, the Jewish people were trained in the art of belief, in the labyrinth of faith. Slowly, slowly, quite unlike the momentous event of Matan Torah or the splitting of the sea, the people were educated in God's ways and in their proper place in the universe. Now, standing at the precipice of a new life, Moshe needs the people to hold on to the memory of that faith-building exercise. In the land of Israel, there will be no manna, no direct, unequivocal reminder that God is in charge of their sustenance. Too easily, as tillers of the land, they can be fooled into thinking that they are the masters of their own fate. And so, he asks them to remember the manna and to draw upon the well springs of memory to build a fortress against the temptations of forgetting and severing their link to God. We can't draw on our memories of the man, but we today can heed Moshe's call and work harder to be conscious of God's ultimate control of our lives. Shabbat Shalom.